What's up, everybody? How's it going? Just wanted to go live for a little bit and talk to you guys about the new Lego Motel episode that just dropped. If you haven't seen it yet, obviously go check that out. And yeah, I just wanted to chat with you guys about it and maybe just talk about what the rest of the season holds. And I figured I'd use like my green screen this time for this stream just because I'm not going to be doing animation and stuff like that. So I'll be sitting in the same spot for pretty much the whole stream. So the green screen was appropriate to bust that out. But all right, let's see who we got in the chat here. What's up, Shanks, Oak99, Jordan Wright, Jolly Critic. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I really appreciate that. So, I was really happy with the way everybody responded to the new Lego Motel episode. I was first of all, I was laughing so hard the whole time I was editing it, especially the documentary part. For those of you that have seen it, if you know what I'm talking about, like there were moments in the documentary part when I was recording the voices, a lot of that was improv. There was a couple like probably one of the funnier lines was just an improv that wasn't written down that I just came up with in the middle of recording. I just said it and like I couldn't even finish the sentence. I just started laughing and then I was like, okay, that's really good. I got to re-record that and do that again. I was laughing so much during the making of that episode and then I finished it. And then I was like I started panicking a little bit. I was like, is this too much? Like is this like too edgy? I don't know if I should release this. Should I just like re-edit this real quick and like try to make it a little bit less like edgy? I don't know, man. And then so I asked my dad about it, and he's like super anti-political correctness and all that. So he's just like, no, you should be able to joke about whatever you want, just post it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think you're right. And then my brother's kind of on the other end of the spectrum. He's more like he leans toward like not offending people. So then I called him, but it was so early in the morning he didn't pick up. So I was just like, okay, I just have my dad's advice on this one, and I feel like I should just post it. I'm pretty sure it's funny, and I'm not making fun of abuse victims. I'm making fun of people who lie about it, and I think there's a distinction to be made there. So I just convinced myself like, okay, you know what? Let's do that. Let's post it. It's early in the morning, so like I don't know, it was bad logic, but I was like, if I post this early in the morning, maybe less people will see it and I won't, piss off as many people. So that's what I did. In hindsight, I should have just waited till the afternoon and posted it when more people would have seen it, but you know what? It went the way it went. I'm just really glad that it like a lot of people really liked it. The reactions were from, "Hey, this is good," to "Wow, this is really awesome." And that's a great range to be in. I'm very thankful about that. I'm glad there's nobody in the comments yet who's super, offended at the things I decided to make jokes about. They're pretty heavy topics: prescription medicine and abuse allegations that may or may not be true. And part of the episode I think was about not only like abuse is obviously terrible, especially when you're doing it to children. That's like a million times worse, and abuse already is super bad. But also, I think there's something to be said there about just taking people's word for it who have no evidence, and even further than that, have like it's easy to find proof that kind of discredits their allegation. So I think there's a debate there because people on the outside of these situations weren't there. They don't really know either party, and they're just like, well, do we listen to the guy who's accusing this guy, or do we listen to the guy who says he's innocent. And I think there's a really interesting discussion to be had there. And a lot of times, abuse allegations are completely true, even when there's no proof. You can pretty much assume that they're true because of the testimonies and various other things that would be legally considered evidence, even if it's not a video of it happening or something like as hard evidence as that. And in a lot of cases, there's things that happen where you're like, I don't know if this guy's telling the truth. He's suing for a lot of money, and there's a lot of evidence against what he's saying. But like I don't want to get too much into it, but like the documentary about the guys who were claiming Michael Jackson abused them that just recently came out, and like we might get into that a little more later. I don't want to dive too far. I'm not the Michael Jackson is Innocent Project channel. That's a whole other YouTube channel. You can go there for that discussion. But that I've been watching their videos a lot, and they make a lot of good points about why Leaving Neverland is not the most watertight argument to make to launch against Michael Jackson. But that's a different point. This was a little bit inspired by that, this new episode of Lego Motel. But let's go into the chat. Trooper Geo, what's going on? Thank you so much for jumping in the chat. Bat Bricks Flicks, what's going on? You want to try the Gonzo on someone? The Gonzo, yeah, that's a funny one. That is a funny one. That was one of the jokes that the episode was built around, where I came up with that like pretty early on in conceptualizing the episode, and I knew the Gonzo joke was going in there, and I was like, we're building up to the Gonzo joke. But another thing that happened that was really, I got a green screen now. And I've had it for a little while. The last stream I did with the green screen, I was playing GTA, and there was like music playing on the radio in the car while I was driving around in the game. And I was like, no, I'm going to get copyright strike for this. So I couldn't ultimately leave the stream public. That was the first stream I used the green screen on, but my audio was bad and all that. So I was just like, I'm just going to get rid of this. This wasn't the best stream. So yeah, really happy about the green screen. Luke Monroe is saying, wasn't Michael Jackson a pedophile? Well, I don't think anybody knows for sure, right? Except for Michael Jackson and or the people who allegedly were abused by him. Like, I don't know. I can pretty boldly say I don't know what happened with Michael Jackson, but if you look into it, he was investigated by the FBI for 10 years and they never found anything like that would incriminate him. All of the allegations that were launched at him were disproven. Like, if you just look it up, like, it's all there, but again, I don't know for sure. But all I have is the things that I can look up, and from what I've found, he was just a really like innocent, childlike, slightly immature guy who wasn't thinking about hanging out with kids in that way. He was genuinely just being their friend. That's what all the hard evidence says. But I don't want to make this a Michael Jackson is innocent stream or whatever. Because I don't know. I don't know what really happened. But I think it is an interesting discussion about people alleging things without any proof. And in the case of the Leaving Neverland documentary, there's actually a lot of proof against the claims they're making. Like, they're saying, I was abused during this time period, but it's like been proven that those people weren't together during that time. Like, that Michael Jackson was on the other side of the country. And then another allegation in the documentary was like, well, Michael Jackson abused me in this train house in Neverland. And then people were like, yeah, but so the train house wasn't even built when you're saying that this happened. It was built like 2 years later. So like, did you get the time wrong? Or maybe you just not telling the truth. So it's like, there's a lot to it. It's like I did a lot of research on this, and I just out of pure interest, and it manifested itself in a subplot of a Lego Motel episode for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that because that's a pretty intense subject, and I don't know if I'm the best authority to talk about that. What's going on, Studio Smith? How are you doing, man? You're not late. We're just getting started. But I'm really glad you guys liked the episode. I really appreciate the kind words. And Oak99 in the comments of let's pull it up over here. There's like a lot of thoughtful comments on this episode. Like Oak99, he's diving deep into the lore here on this. He's talking about things that have happened in the previous episodes and all that. I don't know if I can make this bigger, but without doing too much work or whatever. But look, I really appreciate people who are like deep into the lore of Lego Motel and understand every episode inside and out and bring that up and stuff. And you binge watched the entire series again today. Wow. All right, that's dedication right there. I respect that, man. Much respect. But yeah, let's look into some of the things you said in your comment, dude, because this is actually a really, really good comment. Latest episode is 10 out of 10. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. I always have a period when I'm making Lego Motel episodes. When I'm making a new episode, I go from, I don't know if this is good enough, while I'm shooting it and trying to get the outline written, and then I record the voices and cut it together, and I get like 80% done cutting it together, and I'm like, yeah, this is like the best one ever. And then I finish cutting it together, and I finalize it, and I'm doing the mouth animations, and by that point I've seen it like 25 times. So I'm so desensitized to every joke that I get to a point where I'm like doing the 1500th frame of mouth animation, and I'm like, I think this one is bad. I don't know if this one's good, you know? And then I'm just like, look, I just have to release it. I thought it was funny 3 hours ago. It must still be funny. I'm just desensitized to it. I'm going to release it. And then I do, and then people end up usually liking it. So that's kind of my process with that. What's going on, Airborne Productions? How you doing, man? It's great to see you in the chat. Trooper Geo saying, changing your profile, pick blue doesn't stop the massacre in Sudan. Just saying, yeah, I mean, that is true. That is true. Some people like to show their support, and I understand where that's coming from, but like, objectively, you're right. It's not helping anybody, really. I mean, unless your whole goal is to just bring awareness to it and not actually physically help people or whatever, then yeah, I mean, that's a whole other debate. And that's a potential topic for a Lego Motel episode. But whole series, 10 out of 10. And what do you think of your last what do I think of your last comment? So Jordan Wright is saying the football stadium. You said last stream you were thinking that Mace Windu, like he owns a team called Lego Motel Warriors. That could be pretty interesting. Almost like Trailer Park Boys or whatever, when they have their own hockey team or whatever. JTH Studios, what's going on, man? It's great to see you in the chat. Yeah, okay, so a lot of you guys are really liking the new episode. The funny thing about the most recent episode is there was a lot cut out of it. There was like 2 more minutes in that episode, and I had this intense crisis where I was like, oh my god. I got to the point in the episode where Mace and Indy are sitting on the couch having just watched the documentary, and Mace tells him to get, and you know, Indy's like, wow, spoken like a sex offender, and then Mace says, get out of my house. And I'm editing that, and I'm like, I think this is the end of the episode. Like, there's 2 more minutes I have shot and voice recorded that I can cut together, but it's not that good. Like, it's just, it wraps up the story a little bit more. Like, Palpatine and Mickey Mouse and Obi-Wan come in, and they talk about how they're doing a press tour and all that, and Mace Windu kicks them out of his house, and it's like this big scene. And then you zoom into Obi-Wan's head, and he's like in Wind Waker and all that, and like that's where all that stuff was. So for those of you guys who saw my stream where I was animating like a week ago, and I shot that Wind Waker cutaway, and it didn't make it into this episode, and that broke my heart. It's like one of those moments where you got to kill your darlings, and that was super disappointing to me. But I got to this scene, and I was like, this has to be the end. The funniest joke in this episode is the Gonzo joke, and we can't go for 3 minutes with stuff that's not as funny. You want to build to the climax of humor and then get out as soon as possible. So that's where we're at with that. Airborne Productions with the 99-cent super chat. I really appreciate that, man. That's insane. Thank you so much for that. Let me see if that's going to pop up on screen. I don't know if I have my widget set up. But, yeah, that's so awesome, dude, that you just left a super chat. I really appreciate that. Okay, there it is. It just popped up on the screen. All right. So, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Thank you so much. Anytime someone can peel off, like, a buck or a few bucks or whatever and throw them my way, just as a symbol to just be like, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Keep doing it. I want to support it. That'd be great. Also, my most recent episode of Lego Motel that just came out, demonetized. So, the super chat really helps, and I really do appreciate that. Jack Smith, what's going on, man? Thank you for using black humor in these sensitive times. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think I'm very much of the mind that like a comedian or someone who's telling jokes or making a funny video or something, you should be able to try, should be able to try whatever you want if you genuinely think it's going to be funny and you're not just doing it to offend someone. I think you should be able to try without like getting crucified. So I do appreciate that comment. Me Can Do the English has something to say about Lego Motel 25. 'Twas amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, it seems like everyone's pretty happy with the episode. I really appreciate that. But okay, so let me just talk about Oak 99's comment. Yeah, you thought the Sam Jackson picture was misplaced. Yeah, that was for comedic purposes. I understand why you'd feel that was off. Obi was actually sexually abused back in season 1 when he and Mace did the online live streams and someone paid them $1K to have Obi sleep with another man. Yes. So technically, Mace Windu was complicit in that event, but two things that still make Obi a liar in this new episode is, one, Mace Windu wasn't the one doing the abuse. Batman is the one who did it. You know, Mace Windu told him to do it, but really what is that? Batman is the one who did it. And second of all, Obi was a fully grown man at that point. You know what I mean? So it's like, he is still lying in the documentary in this new episode, but you are right. Mace Windu was complicit in that kind of abuse toward Obi-Wan early in the series. But he definitely over-exaggerates and lies about stuff in this new episode. So he is still lying. But you are right in your comment. So you could view it from a certain angle that Mace Windu had a part to play in that abuse toward Obi-Wan in what I think it was episode 3 or something of Lego Motel. Yeah, one in the chat if you want to bring back League of Extraordinary Wizards and finish the Necromancer subplot. Yeah, I think that would be worth doing. Actually, I saw your comment about that. I guess you really were rewatching all the episodes because I saw your comment earlier today on the on that older episode of Lego Motel. Yeah, I think going back to League of Wizards would be good. It would be a good way to bring the Necromancer back in and maybe play more off of that. Because when you do look back on the Lego Motel series, there is this thing with the Necromancer introduced, and it doesn't go anywhere. And I think that's a valid point to bring up. And I do want to revisit that. I think that would be a good idea. For what reason was the video demonetized for? It was demonetized because I used a song at the end of the episode it was the end credits music that I always use for a lot of Lego Motel episodes. Apparently now that's not cool anymore. That's off limits for me. I can't use that, and I got hit with a copyright claim, and I'm not allowed to monetize it. So that was a little rough, but it's not that big of a deal. I make these episodes for fun, so like that's not the end of the world. But Five Nights at Freddy's in the series. I've thought about that, about doing an episode of Lego Motel where they go to like a Chuck E. Cheese or like a Freddy Fazbear's type place, and they end up trapped there, and some scary stuff goes on. I've thought about that, and it's cooking somewhere in the back of my brain, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it in a way that would maximize the comedy. Ty S. Francis, what's going on? Good to see you. Red Dijon, I think that's how you say that. What is this going to turn into? Lego Motel Civil War? Yeah, so we end the episode, and it's very clear that Obi-Wan and Mace Windu they're not going to be cool in the next episode, right? At least in the next episode. These guys are not going to be cool because of what Obi-Wan just did. Maybe they'll never be friends again, right? That's kind of the cliffhanger we leave off on. But that will be addressed in the coming episodes, but the future episodes of Lego Motel are not going to be like intense and dark to the extent that this one was. The next one is pretty lighthearted. That's the reason I had told you guys in previous live streams that I'm orchestrating a giveaway with this company, Game of Bricks, and I was going to launch the giveaway with this video, and then I finished editing it, and I looked back on it, and I was like, I joke about some pretty intense stuff here. I don't know if this is it, Chief. Like, maybe we wait till next week's episode to do the giveaway, because next week's episode is a lot more lighthearted. It's the Batman-centric episode of the season, and that one's just pure comedy. It's sillier. It's I don't think it really has any foul language in it, but it's still really, really funny on a conceptual level, and the jokes in it are like just as funny as this past episode, but it's funny in a different way. It's like some episodes of Lego Motel are gonna have crude humor, and they're gonna push humor to the edge, and some are just gonna be funny in a more accessible way to a wider audience. And I think more people are probably gonna end up seeing next week's episode because it's gonna have Batman in the title, and it's going to be more mainstream, like, compatible of an episode, but it's just as funny. I really like this next one a lot. It's of the 2 Batman-centric episodes so far, Batman versus Sellouts and this one coming up next week, I think this one is the better one, but we'll have to let you guys decide. Is there going to be a Lego Avengers video or DC video? I was thinking about doing like a funny video about Marvel versus DC, or like Avengers versus Justice League. That, like, not a non-Lego Motel episode, but just a funny animation. I think that would be cool. Doing an earnest, serious video where Marvel heroes are fighting DC heroes, I don't know how I would pull that off. Like, you'd have to do some kind of like time rip dimensional splice that happens that gets everybody in the same universe. I don't know. I would have to really think how to pull that off. I don't know if I would do that. If I were to do something like that, I would make it funny. But that might change. I might think about it more and come to a different conclusion. That's a good suggestion. JoJo Animations likes my beard. All right, I appreciate that, man. I forgot. I was gonna shave this today, and then I forgot. I stayed up all night to finish that Lego Motel episode. I was going to take a break, and I was like, look, I can just take a break and do all the mouth animations tomorrow and then release it like Thursday night or Friday, and I'll do that. But I was just having so much fun that I just kept going until like 6 in the morning. And then I had my little crisis where I was like, is this too edgy? And that took a little while to get over. And then I finally uploaded at like 7 in the morning or something, 7:40. It was pretty early in the morning. JTH Studios says, I hope there are real consequences, but I also hope that once these consequences are dealt out, Mace does forgive Obi. Maybe just the Christian in me speaking. Yeah, no, I think you're coming from a good place there, man. I think there should definitely be consequences, but without spoiling anything, I think as bad as it was what Obi-Wan did to Mace Windu, and as mean and insensitive Mace Windu can be towards Obi throughout the series, I think at the end of the day, like, their friendship is stronger than that. But it's going to take time. So that's all I'll say about that. Jordan Wright says Lego Motel Civil War Mace Windu versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, that's a direction to go in, like, story-wise, plot development-wise. That is a way to go with it for this season, but I didn't really go that way. The Mace and Obi having their little feud is a subplot for a few episodes, and it is a part of this season, but I didn't want the whole season to be about it, because then it's going to become something that's played out, and there's only so much humor and genuinely funny moments you can extract from a plot line like that. If I really, really wanted to, I probably could make that work and spend the whole season just doing Mace Windu fighting Obi and being angry with each other. But I had a lot of good ideas for them not being mad at each other. So I wanted to eventually have some episodes this season where they don't hate each other's guts, or where really there was 2 minutes cut out of this most recent Lego Motel episode that came out, and it developed a little bit more this idea that Mace is super angry with Obi-Wan about what he did, and Obi-Wan just doesn't understand why Mace would be mad. And that was pretty funny, but it just wasn't funny enough to carry the episode another minute and a half, 2 minutes. And I felt like where we ended 25 here that's the stronger way to end it, and I had to kill my darlings on that. As much as I had already put work into those extra 2 minutes, I was like, no, it has to end with Mace kicking Indy out. That's the strong ending right there. That's the perfect moment to have a little awkward pause and then put up the title. The ending I originally had was pretty good, but it was just too played out, and at that point we'd be 2 minutes, 3 minutes out from the funniest moment, and you wanna get the funniest joke out and then end the episode as soon as possible, and so that's what I ended up doing here. And the episode was already 6 minutes long. Like, how much longer did it really need to be? I didn't want to overstay its welcome, so that's kind of where I went with that. Where is the darkest night rises? Just kidding. Awesome to have you back, Ramsey. I love that Obi still has that episode 3 head with the soulless eyes. Yeah, he's got the derp face. He's got this really, really simple face. He's simple Obi. And I think that face works really well. Just looking at it provides humor of itself. It's like half the work is already done with all the jokes involving him because his face. You just look at his face and you're like, oh, he's so stupid. You can't wait for episode 26. All right, yeah. So that one's already in the can. It's mostly written. It's gonna be a really fun one. It's not gonna be as long as this one. It's gonna be probably around the 3.5 minute mark on this one. Standard Lego Motel fare. What's going to end up happening is the first episode of this season is like a 6-minute one, and then probably the last episode of the season will be 6-ish minute one, maybe 5 minutes. We'll see where that goes. I'm still writing that one. That's like, I'm counting that one as a bonus episode that hasn't been shot yet because I need the new Harry Potter sets to make that happen. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But I have some pretty funny ideas for some more Harry and Dumbledore antics that more so involve the original Lego Motel crew. We'll see more of Mace Windu and Obi-Wan and Indiana Jones and those types of characters interacting with Harry and Dumbledore, and maybe even going to Hogwarts for a special event. Hint, hint. That's going to be that episode, but that's weeks out. Like that episode hasn't even been shot yet. But we have, after this first episode that came out yesterday, we have 5 more episodes in the bank, already shot, already pretty much fully written. What ends up happening is I open up what I've written so far while I'm voice recording, and I do a lot of improv, and that's where like 25% more of the humor of the episode usually comes from, is just me improvising at the mic. And just that's where I came up with the line from this episode where Obi's being interviewed for the documentary. He's like, you know, he would always like it when I called him Big Papa. I just randomly said that. Well, it wasn't written down. I just randomly said that while I was recording, and I just started dying laughing halfway through the sentence. And I was like, okay, I have to compose myself and re-record that and not laugh, because that's hilarious. As if Obi-Wan just doesn't know what to say, so he's just taking things from like Biggie Smalls songs. And he's like, I don't know, what would he have liked? That was pretty funny. Yeah, so episode 26, you can expect that on Friday next week, maybe even Thursday, depending what my schedule's like, but you're definitely going to get that next week. I'm going to shoot for Thursday, not early Thursday morning like this one came out. It'll be probably more in the afternoon. I'll wait until the afternoon when there's more people around to see it, because less people saw the new episode because I released it so early in the morning. But I had that itchy trigger finger. I was like, I just got to get this episode out before I overthink how edgy it is and either not release it, or, you know, something even worse, just re-edit it and change it in a way that makes it less funny. So I just had to release it and just set it in stone before something I regret happened. But JTH Studio says, I didn't even know that was a song reference. I just thought it was amusing because of how unexpected it was. Yeah, that's from a Biggie Smalls song. He's like, you know, I always like it when you call me Big Pop. That's like a Biggie Smalls song. And I just randomly thought like that's like the stereotypical, like, Obi-Wan would think Mace Windu would like that because he's black, like Biggie Smalls. It was like that. It was like subtle humor, like. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you could say that was before your time. Yeah, it's probably before, honestly, it was probably before my time, too. But, I mean, that's just a song that I oh, you're 18, okay, yeah, so, I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be the kind of music that you'd hear on the radio or, like, in a mainstream outlet nowadays. Or even 10 years ago. That's more of, like, a 20 years ago song. Do I have any advice for first starting out with stop motion? Yeah, just have a lot of fun, because that's what it is. Don't get too stressed out about being good, because if especially if you're making something funny, like, look at my early stuff, dude. The animation is atrocious, but some of it got a lot of views. My very first stop motion animation was horribly animated, but it was just super funny because of the voice acting, and the sound quality was terrible. Everything technically was terrible about it, and sometimes, like in the case of my first animation ever posted to YouTube, it makes it funnier. That animation has, like, it's creeping up on 1 million views right now, and that's, like, huge, because I've never gotten a video with that many views, ever, you know, and that one's animated horribly. So if you ever get stressed out about your animation not being great or not being good enough, or, you know, am I shooting enough frames, just whatever, like, Hakuna Matata, dude, like, just, you know what I mean, like, just have fun with it. As long as you're having fun and you think what you're doing is funny or interesting or action packed, whatever you're going for. I think you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna end up with a video that you enjoy watching, and the chances are, if you're genuinely happy with what you made on a conceptual level, or you like the dialogue, as long as there's something you like about it, other people will find quality in it too, or just enjoy it. Like my first animation, it's not good. It's not even like that clever, but it's funny to laugh at it. Like on that episode, I don't think people were laughing with me. I think they were laughing at the video, not with it, if you know what I mean. So the Joker Needs a Place to Stay is like a golden classic. Yeah. Dude, I still remember the day that that's like my ritual. The day I made that animation, I stayed up all night to finish it, and I released it at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and it just started getting a bunch of views. And I remember I was watching Roseanne on the TV in my family room, and I was uploading, and I was just refreshing, and I was just watching the views go up, and I was like, oh, okay, it's got like 15 views like in the first minute. That's pretty crazy. And now it's got like, oh crap, now it's got like 200 views after 15 minutes. Wow. Now it's refresh. Oh my god, it's got like 300 views. Is this normal? Does every YouTube video everyone posts get this many views? It's like, no, I just accidentally made a pretty clickable video for my first one. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, I went there. I said Hakuna Matata. So sue me. I was with this series when I was like 10 or 11. Wow. Yeah, I think I made my very first animation when I was like 13. So I wasn't too far ahead of you, man. Like I was only a couple years older. Show Wayne Manor and Batcave in the series in Lego Motel or in the Batman series, or both, maybe both. I'm gonna try to sneak the Batcave into the next Lego Batman episode of my Lego Batman like series, the more serious one, not Lego Motel. There's a new episode in the works for that coming out pretty soon. I'm fairly confident I can get that out in July. It would be great if I could get that out early July, but it might end up being toward the end of July. But I'm really shooting for early July. So people who are looking forward to that, definitely hold on to that flame of hope. Protect it from the wind, because it's coming. And it's going to be really good. It's going to be like 10 minutes long at least. And it's going to wrap up a lot of cool things. It's going to do a lot of great stuff with characters you guys like from my Lego Batman series. Me Can Do the English says, I'm currently trying to write a sketch for my main channel with similar comedy of the first episode of Lego Motel. Great. That's awesome. Send me that when you make it, dude. I'd love to see it. It's difficult. It is a difficult task. You have to consume hours and hours and hours of various forms of comedy television to be able to do that, because that's how I came up with that. I took like Seinfeld and Roseanne and Drake and Josh and every Nickelodeon show and every Disney show and Kenan and Kel and all that, and like just every funny show, like Scrubs. What else was I watching? I was just watching I watched like every funny show, like, and it was just all in a blender, and Family Guy and South Park, and it was all of that just in a blender in my brain, and out came Lego Motel. That's how that happens. So just like watch a lot of comedy stuff if you're trying to make something funny. It seems like obvious advice, but it really does help. Just consuming as much comedy as possible of varying types of humor, because then you find out exactly which one works for you. Gravity Films 4 says, your videos fuel my very existence. Oh my god. So, I better not stop making videos then. You're gonna be, your existence is totally fine for the next at least 6 weeks. So you're good. Click, slightly move, click, slightly move, click, slightly move over and over again. What is it? What? Is that what I'm doing? Am I doing some weird thing where I'm like clicking and moving? I'm sorry if I'm fidgeting. JoJo Animation says, stop motion is hard but so much fun. It is really fun. It takes work, but it's a lot of the time you get instant gratification from stop motion, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, you have to like do a lot of subtle movement for a long time, but every time you finish a shot, you get to go back and kind of watch it and be like, yeah, that's what I just did. That looks good. And it gives you enough fuel to be motivated to work on the next shot. And that's always cool. That's always fun. So, what Batcave set am I going to use? Well, I still haven't decided if I'm going to use a Batcave set or if I'm going to kind of just make my own, like, Christopher Nolan Dark Knight style thing where it's just, like, rocks with water and darkness and, like, a few, like, metal beams. You know, like a very simple Batcave with, and then, like, a computer in the middle of it. Like, if it's an early Batcave or if it's going to be more developed. I have to think about that. It depends on which set I can get my hands on. Or if there are any, let's go to the Lego website. Let's see what they got. If they have a cool Lego Batman set, then I'll... Ooh, those Harry Potter sets. That really burns me up. July 1st, huh? Ooh, I guess I'm going to have to wait. Alright, let's go to themes. It's hard to tell now if I'm supposed to go to Lego Batman or if I'm supposed to go to Lego DC. DC Heroes or Lego Batman? I guess this is the movie, and this is the... Let's start with DC, and then we'll work down into Lego Batman. You like the ass wipe episode in Lego Motel. That one's hilarious. That one is funny. Okay, so we got the Batcave Clayface Invasion. This one's good. I might use this one. I might get my hands on this one and, like, add some stuff to it, maybe. I don't know. It's a pretty good one. Let's get it. Let's click to zoom. How do I... That's it? That's as far as I can zoom in? Wow. Okay. What about this one? That's as far as I can zoom in. Okay. It's not much of a zoom function. It's more like just make it full screen and then look at it. I'm not really zooming. Is it me or did Lego used to have a much better zoom feature on their website? Lego Oreo Studios, what's going on? They're saying, I love that you're still doing animations even a decade later. Unfortunately, I only have time to do one animation per year, and in July, my channel will be 10 years old. Hey, as long as you're getting an animation in a year, like, you know what? You're still doing it. You're putting the time that you can put into it. I think that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, I'm sure you'd be happier if you could make more, but so would I. You know what I mean? I would always, like, I've been averaging, like, 5 animations a year lately. But 2016 was a good year. I made a lot of videos that year. That was a good year for my channel. That's where I got a lot of new subscribers. But that was Boba Fett Lives. That was a lot of my funnier Lego Motel skits, the non-numbered episodes of Lego Motel. I got to go back to doing those. Those are good. Those get traffic. Because when you see something's number 25 of something, you're less likely to click on it because you're like, well, I haven't seen the 24 other ones. So it's hard to bring in new audiences with those. But I think doing numbered episodes for the next month and a half or so, like I'm going to do, that'll be good to just, like, defibrillate my channel a little bit and, like, bring it back to life a little bit, get the heart beating again, and then I can branch out and do more. I can release the Lego Batman thing and the more mainstream things that are going to bring people in, because there'll be a recultivated audience from the Lego Motel episodes. Because at this point, I'm not worried about people, like, new viewers necessarily coming in so much as I am just for the next few weeks. I'm worried about just making sure my subscribers that I have are still there, you know, because I take long breaks and that's never good for a channel. So I gotta try to be more consistent, and that's always a struggle because I got some stuff going on, just like other work that I have to do that's paid work. What are my thoughts on the crimes of Grindelwald? That's a big discussion. That's a big topic. I'm of the firm stance that it's not that bad. Like, it's not that bad, but the thing that really cuts the legs out from under it is the editing. I think the way that movie is edited, and not, you know, if you take individual scenes from the movie, like, yeah, they're edited fine. It cuts to this guy, he says something, it cuts to that guy, you get the wide shot. That stuff's fine, but, like, the problem with it is what the order they chose to put the scenes in, and they'll have people talking about something, and then they'll cut to some completely different plot line that has nothing to do with the last scene, and it's just confusing. Even if you already know everything about Harry Potter, it's a little bit confusing. I can't imagine if you don't know anything about Harry Potter, and you've just seen the Fantastic Beasts and where to find them, and now you're going to see this, and it's just like, it's all over the place, and you're just like, wait, who is that? Who are they talking about? What? And now they're cutting to something totally different. It's like, what? Like that. I can understand why a lot of people didn't like it. Nothing happened in the movie. You're right. It was like some YouTuber who reviews movies put it perfectly. It's like the first, like, 75-80% of the movie is Act 1, and then the last like 25 minutes of the movie is the rest of Act 2 is Act 2 and 3, and it's just like all this exposition for most of the movie, and then everything happens really quick at the end, and it's like undeserved, and it's not built up to the right way, and it's like, yeah, I think that part of that is editing. They could have probably cut that down to a 90-minute movie and just cut even more subplots out of it. And there's an interview with J.K. Rowling after she made Fantastic Beasts 1, and she was like, yeah, they gave me this screenwriting book so I could learn how to format a screenplay and how to tell a story in screenplay form. And I didn't read it. I just wrote the screenplay however I felt like. And I read that, and I was like, ooh, maybe you should have read it, because, like, I mean, you came up with Harry Potter and you're, like, the richest person ever. Like, that's phenomenal. Like, you're awesome, but, like, you should have read the screenwriting book, because, like, there's probably a couple of nuggets of information you may not have had that would have made the Fantastic Beasts movies a little snappier. It would have gave them plot lines that tracked a little better, that you could kind of follow from beginning to end. It probably would have been better. But I think there is an argument to be made that barely anything happens in that movie. Yeah. Yeah, you remember when I had a bit of an afro? Yeah, me too. It was like a few months ago, actually. I just started recently just being like, because it would always bum me out. Like, my hair would grow super long, and I'd be trying to write something and like work on stuff, and I'm always busy. I always try to keep busy with something, whether I'm like just watching The Sopranos for the 25th time and like analyzing it and studying it to get better at writing, or like studying writing or screenwriting book like J.K. Rowling is allergic to. Whatever I'm doing, or like actual work, whatever I'm doing, I always try to be doing something. I love painting too. I do a lot of painting I do it for clients. I do it just for fun to post on Instagram. I'm always busy with something. Getting haircuts. Not only do I now have to go drive and get a haircut, I gotta pay for it. And then I gotta come back and like take a shower, and then like I've lost 2 hours of work time. So what I do now is I cut my own hair. I just do my own hair. Can you even tell? Like, it looks fine. It's not like the most stylish haircut, but it's like, this works. I cut my own hair now. And then as soon as I realized, I looked up one YouTube video, like, how do I cut my own hair? Like, how do I like shave my head or whatever? And I looked that up and I learned how, and I was like, why was I paying like $25 for this for my whole life? Why? I could just do it myself. This is not hard. It looks snazzy. Well, thank you. Maybe I'll go into maybe I'll become a stylist. We'll see. Jordan Wright is working on a script for his new channel. It's about Mario Bros in real life, though through the years by video games and to today's game. If I'm at that point and no new Mario game comes, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Good luck with that, man. Bomb Squadron 6, $25 for a haircut. That's absurd. Well, yeah, they're like $18, and then you want to give like a nice tip, like especially if the lady did a good job and like she made nice conversation with you. You don't want to like stiff her. You got to give her like at least like $3-4, right? So I mean that ends up being about $25 every time. Cause I'm not about to get a haircut and then not tip the person. You know, I got a tip. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I was just baiting compliments right there. I just realized, I'm sorry about that. You guys like my hair? I did it myself. Sorry. But, yeah, the 2006 Batcave was cool. Yeah, I agree. You pay $15 and with the tip, where do you go? Do you go somewhere local? Because I go to somewhere that's like, I used to go to Supercuts, and they're not that much better than local places, but they do charge more. So, but yeah, 15's not bad with the tip and everything. That's pretty good. OTC Studios, what's going on, dude? It's great to see you in the chat. We're just chatting about all things Lego Motel, Lego Story Workshop, and recently we were chatting about how I cut my own hair, but that's gone on too long. So let's change topics. Me Can Do the English says he's been doing videos since he was 11, and Lego Motel has always been on his mind when writing or something, writing it up on the spot as I record. That's good. That's awesome. The most reviewed video on my main channel is literally my worst. Your most viewed video on your main channel is your worst video. How do I combat this? Bro, I'm right there with you. Like, dude. My channel is no different. Because what ends up happening is your older videos end up being the ones that have been there longer, naturally. and they get like, oh my god, dude, Batman Ascending was so bad, and it's got 539k views. Why? I can't look at this stuff. It makes me sad. And Lego Batman Joker Needs a Place to Stay has 876,000 views. That was so bad. Lego The Dark Knight Part 1, 216,000 views. Let's watch how good this is, guys. Let's see how amazing this is to warrant 216,000 views. Oh, wow, look at that. Windows Movie Maker title. Amazing. Lego Reserved. What does that even mean? DC Comics. Great. CinemaSins would love this. All the shitty titles at the beginning. Look at this guy. Oh my god, look how smooth that animation is. I did a whole camera crane movement, and what did I shoot? 4 frames? Awful, 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 awful. So, oh my god, this is so bad, and it has so many views. And rightfully so, it has quite a few dislikes. Honestly, between you and me, it should have more dislikes. But whatever, that's fine. That's fine. Let's just keep watching how amazing this is to warrant 216,000 views. I can't watch this kind of stuff because I make way better stuff than this now, and it doesn't get this many views. Maybe 10 years from now, like, this is 10 years old. Maybe 10 years from now, the stuff I make now will have 200,000 views. Maybe. I can hope. That does happen sometimes still. This is so bad. I'm not going to torture you guys anymore with this, but it's really bad. Lego Clone Wars Desperation, 345k views. Not good. Not a good video, but it's got a lot of views. What ended up happening was, where is League of Extraordinary Wizards? I gotta find League of Extraordinary Wizards. Oh, okay, I changed the title to Gandalf Goes to Hogwarts Explicit. Okay, so this video, when I first released it, like, in the first 2 months of League of Extraordinary Wizards, this video being released, it had like 1,400 views. 1,100. It had something low like that, something that's like not much to write home about, and it stayed that way. And then like a year later, it had like 2,000 views, and then a year after that, it had like 3,000 views, and then like last year, at some point, I don't know if somebody posted this on Reddit or on Twitter. I don't know what happened with this, but this video randomly got like 28,000 views in like 2 weeks. And like I was getting a bunch of new comments on it, and people were like, "When are you making the next one?" And it was so random. Like, videos can just blow up after years. Like, after a long time just sitting there with like 1K, 2K views, you can just jump up to 32K like real fast. The right person finds it and shares it, or whatever, and it starts a chain reaction of people watching it. So hold out hope, and that's what I do nowadays. Is like something like when I made Truth About The Last Jedi, that video did well. That got a lot of views until it got hit with a copyright claim for like the 5 seconds of music that I used from Curb Your Enthusiasm. And then ever since it got hit with the copyright claim, the views slowed down a lot. But while it wasn't claimed the first month it was out, it got like 32, 33k views. And it did really well because it's like it was the right topic. I released it at the right time. That whole combination. Once in a while, the video I want to make and the video that a vast majority of people want to see, or at least a wider audience than my own wants to see, sometimes that matches up. And then we get things like Boba Fett Lives. We get things like certain episodes of my Lego Batman series. Those things. Oh, okay. The Gordon Ramsay Lego Motel is almost at 5k views. That's pretty good. When I last checked that, it had like, I haven't checked it in a long time, but when I last checked it, it had like 2k views, like something like that. So I mean, it's getting, people are very slowly, people become aware of videos over time. Just make something you like, and eventually, like, someone will find it, and maybe not, but just keep making videos, keep planting seeds, and eventually one of them becomes like an oak tree. It's like literally, a lot of times with these types of videos that I make, it's like planting a tree. Like, you plant it and you water it and you give it sunlight and you put all this work in, and then you have to like wait like years before you even can come back and see a tree. The tree being views. But you know what I mean? David Benioff. Well, Ramsey kind of forgot he had changed the title of League of Extraordinary Wizards. Yeah. Yep. That's going to be a meme for a long time. Gravity Films 4 says Arkham City is at 16k and it's a re-upload, so that's good. Exactly. Yeah. The first one was at like 600 views. And then it got blocked in most countries because I used I overstepped my boundary a little bit with the music. So I had to go in, chop the music off the end of it, and then re-upload it right away. Like, and that was like 12 hours after I uploaded it. So I only lost about 600-ish views, but it did lose a little bit of momentum there because YouTube sends your video out and recommend it to people more so depending on how many views it gets in a short period of time. So I lost like 600 of those, and only a few people really came back to watch it again. And it probably would have done a little bit better if that hadn't happened. If I was a little smarter with my music use, I think it would have done a little bit better. Something like Lego Middle-earth, Legolas, Mirkwood Volume 1, Volume 2, those are not doing well right now, but I'm fairly confident that Lord of the Rings will come back into the lexicon fairly soon. You'll have the Amazon series come out, who knows how long from now, and then these videos will have like 20k, 30k views. That's my, if I'm going to be an analyst, like a YouTube view analyst and project what's going to happen, Legolas of Mirkwood, I'll probably have a third episode out by the time Amazon makes their thing. That'll become popular again, and those videos will go from 1.2k, 2.2k. They'll jump up to like 20, 30k. That's because more people will be looking for Lord of the Rings based stuff with that tag, and they'll find this. It'll already have 1.2k views or whatever. And they'll be like, oh, and the thumbnail's pretty cool. They'll click on it. Well, more people will see it. Gravity Films 4 says, don't you worry, I've come back to watch Arkham City Volume 4 many times. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Arkham City Volume 5 is in the works, folks, and I almost poked my eye out there, but it's in the works, and it's coming. You can expect it. I'm gonna try to get it out for like the 4th of July or something, like around that time. It might end up being later, but I'm really going to try to get it out at that point. I'm going to take a look this week at the script and finalize everything. And then we'll probably start shooting it. We'll probably start shooting like 1 or 2 minutes of it a week during the release period of the new Lego Motel episodes. There'll be a new Lego Motel every Thursday or Friday for the next 5 weeks is what we have planned at least. And then during that period, I'll be chipping away at Arkham City Volume 4. It's not going to be like Lego Motel. I'm going to take a lot of time with the animation. I have some new visual effects I've learned how to do. There's going to be a lot cooler visual effects, still some great practical effects in there, and a very, very fun story with a nice twist in it. It's gonna be pretty good. I'm trying to make it the best Lego Batman yet. I mean, everybody, when you make a new video, you're trying to make your best video yet. It doesn't always happen, but you try, and that's what I'm trying to do now. Gravity Films 4 says he remembers last year he was on a big YouTube binge grind, and he would watch the entirety of Lego Motel every day while he did my homework. Well, that's where all those views came from, man, from you. I appreciate that. Your videos, Me Can Do the English's videos hasn't broken 1,000 views yet. Well, someday they will. And if not, dude, just keep making videos. One of them, just keep trying, dude. Just keep going out there every night with the key attached to the kite and like whatever else that guy used, whatever Thomas Edison used, just keep doing it. And one night, lightning will hit it, and you'll catch it in a bottle, and it'll be great, and you'll feel really good about it. Like, dude, that's what I have to do. Like, I make a bunch of videos, and like most of them don't get that many views, and then once in a while you get a Truth About the Last Jedi, you get a Boba Fett or something. You get one that does solid views. And sometimes you got to wait a few years. I haven't gotten a big hit like Boba Fett Unleashed. That's my biggest video in recent times, and that was 2 years ago, so I'm still waiting for my next one. I just have to be smarter about how I do things. I'm going to have to make Boba Fett Legends or some cool Star Wars thing. Probably going to be a Boba Fett thing again, and release it very close to the release of either a new Star Wars trailer, whenever that is, or Episode 9. Like, the day before Episode 9 comes out, I need to drop Boba Fett Legends, and it'll get way more views than it would if I dropped it, like, next week. You know what I mean? So I gotta just make it. I probably just gotta make it, and then keep it in my back pocket for the perfect release date, if I'm aiming for views, which would be nice. We none of us hate getting a lot of views, I'm sure. Except some, I'm sure there's some YouTubers who don't like the attention. Like, they just like their small little community. I don't mind either way. I like the small little community, but when a video of mine gets a lot of views, that's also awesome. I like that. Studio Smith did a Clone Wars video in December, and it got 50,000 pretty quick. Don't know what happened since my other videos after that one hasn't come near 50K. Yeah, sometimes that's just what happens. You just get one that comes out at the right time of day, at the right time of the week, during the right pop culture thing going on. There was like some kind of, maybe you were released that when there was news about Clone Wars coming back or something. Like, there was just, people were thinking about Clone Wars. People were searching for Clone Wars more so. And that's what they're doing. What I could do, honestly, what anybody could do is you could just go on Google and search, figure out what's the most searched thing this week. What is getting the most hits this week? You could search that and then make a video with that in the title, and you'll be guaranteed like decent views. So for Me Can Do the English, if you're trying to break the 1,000 mark on your videos, dude, just go to Google, find out what the most searched thing is that week or that month or whatever, and then just make a video with that in the title, and make sure the video is like at least pretty good, and you'll get 1,000 views, I guarantee you. Why don't I do that? I should start doing that. When can we expect Boba Fett Legends? I gotta think. I really don't want to wait until episode 9 comes out, but that's probably the best time to release it. Just spend a lot of time making it like an amazing Boba Fett thing, and then release it like right around the time episode 9 is coming out, and then it'll do big numbers. That's the studio executive part of my brain is like, yeah, that's what you're doing, kid. You know, and then the other part of my brain is like, yeah, but I would like to just get it done and show everyone, and like, but then it won't get as many views. So, well, yeah, guaranteed clout. Exactly. Yeah. It would be cool to see Game of Thrones get the Lego Batman series format with treatment. Funny that you make that comparison, because to me, my Lego Batman series is, it's gonna sound silly, but it is Game of Thrones. My Lego Batman series is Game of Thrones. It's pretty on the nose too. I use Game of Thrones music in it. I try to treat the story development like a Game of Thrones, like something like that. Like, except like Gordon is kind of like Ned Stark, but I'm not gonna kill him because that minifigure is awesome and I'm gonna use it forever. But Gordon is safe. He's like Tyrion. You don't have to worry about that character dying. But he has the plot armor of Tyrion, but he is Ned Stark. Batman is, who is Batman? I guess he's Arya, right? Arya is pretty much Batman. But Oak99 says, how long did it take you to shoot Arkham City Volume 4? Arkham City Volume 4 was an interesting story because that one was going to be bad. That one I shot most of it in like a few days, and I got some really good footage out of it, and then I had to stop and just be like, look, I need to reshoot some stuff, and I need to rewrite some even more. And because I have a better idea for how I can do this, and that's where we got the whole Mr. Freeze sacrificing himself. I forget exactly what got rewritten and all that. And then I also threw my back out while I was shooting. I was doing the first round of shooting on that, so I had to take a few, and that was a blessing because I was like, I can't finish shooting this. My back is like, I can't do animation right now. My back is just out. I have to lay in bed for at least one day, and I spent that day laying in bed. Part of that time was spent working on rewriting and reconceptualizing the ending of Arkham City Volume 4, and it's like a way better episode now. And I was able to plant a seed, and I don't think you guys will know what it is until Arkham City Volume 5 comes out, but I was also able to come up with a concept for a big twist in Arkham City Volume 5, and then plant the seed of that in Arkham City Volume 4 when I went back and did all the reshoots. So there's like a big twist in Arkham City Volume 5, and after you see Arkham City Volume 5 and you go back and you watch Volume 4, there will be something in there that you will look at differently, and it's something you will pay no attention to. If you go watch Arkham City Volume 4 and look for it, you're not going to see it. You won't even notice. But after Arkham City Volume 5, you're going to go back and watch Arkham City Volume 4 and a few other episodes in my Lego Batman series that previously came out, and you're going to be like, whoa, dude had this planned the whole time. But I didn't. That was something I came up with for... I noticed something that I could turn into a seed and grow it into something, and I went in there and I did that. It's going to be... Mr. Freeze's wife is in Arkham City Volume 5, and she plays a substantial part in it, but it's not her. It's something even more subtle. It's like something that you wouldn't even think about. You know what I mean? Like... And that's all I'll say. I'm not giving any more hints. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Like, many movies based them off the Shakespeare stories. Yeah, exactly. Like, Game of Thrones was like my template. Like the League of Shadows is like the Sons of the Harpy from Game of Thrones season 4. That whole deal. And I was gonna do a black wedding for Gordon, like happened. You know how like Jon Snow gets like stabbed and all that, he gets betrayed. I was gonna have that happen to Gordon. Like I was gonna have the police turn on him and just like shoot him and leave him bleeding and end an episode that way. And I was like, no, that's too close to Game of Thrones, and I would never do that to Gordon. I love the character too much. I would never do it to him. That might be something I work in later, but I just kind of gave it away right here. Not, you know, most people who watch my Lego Batman series aren't in the stream right now and probably won't see this stream. So even if I do use that storyline later on, like, I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. So you guys will still be surprised either way, along with everyone else who watches the series. But yeah, so it is interesting. It's like, that's something, what's his name? Paul Thomas Anderson does that. It's like a classic, like, writing thing that it works pretty well. You just take a story you really like, and you scrape off all the cosmetic stuff and you bust it down to its core. Like, what are the characters? What type of characters are these? And you reskin it with something else and you turn it into a totally new thing. And so I kind of did that with Game of Thrones for my Lego Batman series. Except like you can't really make many one-to-one comparisons between, because I've changed a lot of things. Like, it's not just Game of Thrones with Batman characters. It's like, it's different, but it's heavily inspired by the way Game of Thrones develops stories and characters. So that's been pretty cool. That's been a lot of fun. You better get hyped. I hope you are hyped, because it's going to be awesome. The end of Arkham City Volume 5 is so cool. Like, I won't say much about it, but it's like, it's just really, really epic, and it's gonna be a satisfying conclusion to Arkham City, and it'll get people super pumped for the next thing, which I think is going to be called War for Gotham. And it'll just be like Gotham is like this broken like war zone, and it's like it's barely habitable, and the villains are like they've solved some of the problems, but there's still villains in the city, and it's like still a very like, the city needs work still. It's going to be that kind of thing. OTC Studios says he likes that though. You always thought of doing that. Also, can you give me some advice? I need criticism. You don't have to watch all of it. Yeah, dude, shoot me a link or something, or tell me what to look up or what video it is on your channel, and I can look it up. Yeah, I'm happy to react to stuff right now. If there's something that's not going to get me like copyright strike that you want me to react to, I'm happy to do that. Like No Man's Land, exactly. It'll be like Gotham is. There's a battle being fought for Gotham, and you see the beginnings of that in Arkham City Volume 5. It reaches a satisfying conclusion, but there's definitely room to continue the series. And after Arkham City, I was gonna do Justice League stuff, and then I realized, no, let's keep it on Batman, at least for the next phase or so, or season, whatever you call it. The next set of things, it'll be called War for Gotham, and it'll be still a Batman-centric thing. And there might be maybe a little hint of another like Green Arrow type minor hero that comes in to help, something like that. But it'll still be a Batman thing. It won't be full-out Justice League. OTC Studios says, I don't know, might not be. I'm able to get away with copyright music because I have voice acting and sound effects covering it. Yeah, what I do a lot with music is I just let it play, and I just have visuals over it. I do that a lot, so it's just the music. If I had more people talking over it and sound effects and stuff like you do, I would probably get away with it a lot easier. Like, I should think about that. But when I pick music, it's usually like a song that I really love and I just want to let it play and carry the moment, but I got to get out of that habit. Yeah, I should watch the last couple seasons of Gotham. I think that would help a lot, actually. Yeah, because I need some fresh inspiration. Usually before I make a new episode of Lego Batman, I watch the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. I just watch that and I just study it. And I'm like, what haven't I stolen from this yet? And how can I take it and make it something slightly different with like a Game of Thrones type tone? That's my process. Spoilers. I have a perfect video for you to react to. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's called Clone Wars Journal Chapter 1. Okay. Yeah, turning Gotham into a war zone it's a really cool idea. I can't wait to do that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think I might start with that very soon after Arkham City Volume 5 comes out. Because after Arkham City Volume 5 is out, I'm going to have a pretty clear schedule. That'll be, by the time that's out, the new season of Lego Motel will be over. There will, all 7 episodes of that or whatever will be out. And I'll be able to finish up Arkham City Volume 5, and then I'll probably still have a lot of gas in the tank, because Arkham City Volume 5 has been written for a little while. I'm just doing picture tests and video effect tests, and I'm using multiple different softwares now. I used to do it all in Final Cut, but now to do these effects I want to do in this next one, I'm going to have to bring it into a different software and add those effects, and then bring it back into Final Cut to finish editing. So it's like that's something I've been slowly working on. I've needed, just for that software to work, I have a whole other computer over there now that's just for effects on my Lego movies. It's an old computer I dug up, and I updated the software, and I made sure that this is going to be my computer where I use this software, and I have my reasons for that, because like my other computer, if I update the software, I lose access to Final Cut 7. So, which is what I use to cut everything, and I love it, and I don't want to stop using it. So this this computer is stuck in time. I can't update it really. I can update it a little bit, but I can't give it the newest update, because then I can't use Final Cut. What do you think of the Joker trailer? I think they could do a lot with that. Imagine a trilogy of Joker movies. The second one could be set in Arkham, and the third one could be The Killing Joke. I think that's a really, really good point. It has a lot of potential. I really like the Joker trailer. I think some people were crapping on it a little bit, but I really like it. I can't wait to see that. I thought it was really good, to the point where I hadn't been paying much attention to it, and I was watching it, and I was like, did Scorsese direct this? Is this Scorsese? It could be. And then I had to look it up, and I was like, oh, no. Okay, they were just in talks with him. He didn't end up doing it. But this is, like, so good. I thought it might have been him. So, I mean, I think from what I've seen in the trailer, it's, like, really, really good. Well, Ramsey kind of forgot what he bases his videos off of. Yep. Okay, so let me grab Clone Wars Journal Chapter 1. Let me go to your channel. There it is. Okay. All right. Decent amount of views, bro. Nice. That's good. You got some good views there. All right. So I'll watch at least some of this, depending how long it is. It's only 5 minutes.
Nobody.
I'll watch a little bit of it. I don't want to give your whole video away on my stream.
Why they didn't have a wife and children, and a sunlit room neither. Nobody. Least of all, the people for whom they fought.
Oh, Arabesh. Nice. And then you translate it. That's a nice touch. I like that. All right.
You think because you say nothing, you are strong? Want your chopper?
Don't tell him a bloody thing.
Oh, that's good lighting. This is intense already. This is nice. Oh, man. Dude. This is epic.
Go to hell.
Oh!
Red Wolf, you're okay. Take the Maker.
Yeah, but Dutch didn't make it.
We're gonna make them pay for what they've done. Shaft-sucking leeches. Grab a rifle. We're gonna tear this place apart.
I love that lighting.
Bombers. Let's go.
Dude, this is... I can't... I'm not gonna... People shouldn't be watching this on my stream. Guys, if that was super cool. If you guys want to see the rest of that, go to his channel and watch that. I recommend you do. I'm gonna do that after the stream. Dude, this is awesome. I'm subscribing to you, man. That was really, really cool. Right on. Okay. Yeah, I would feel bad just playing the whole thing on my stream. Like, people should go give you the view and like watch it there. But that was really well, dude. That was so intense. Like the music. What music was that? Was that copyright free music? What was that? That was so good, dude. That was like that was well directed. It was shot well. The lighting was good. The voice acting was solid. Like, that was really, that's awesome, dude. Great job on that. Yeah. Dude, no, I would feel bad. Like, I honestly would feel bad. I don't want to just jack your whole video and play it on my stream. But, I recommend everybody should go watch it. Music is not copyrighted. It's from, COD World at War. Oh, okay. Wait, so it's not copyrighted, meaning... Is the music copyright free? Or is it copyrighted? Because if it's from a COD game... If it's from a COD game, I would think it would be... Is video game music not copyrighted? Maybe I should look into video game music. That'd be a good idea. It's not copyrighted? Dude, I'm gonna look at COD music. Like, that's I'm inspired by that. Okay. Because that's really good music. That's, like, solid stuff, dude. But, yeah, no, I appreciate that you would let me just play the whole video on your stream, but I promise you I will go back and watch that later. And are you in my Discord? Like, I could OTC Studios. Yeah, I don't know if you use Discord, but let me just pop my Discord link in the chat. You guys can join my Discord that way. If you want to send me more of your stuff or chat with me, and I can give you more feedback on it. But JTH Studio is back. What's going on, man? The Arkham games music would be good for Batman Ramsey. Yeah, that's good. I wonder if that stuff is copyrighted. Is just video game music not copyrighted? That's like a treasure trove of awesome music. A lot of games have better music than movies. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta start looking into video game music. That's awesome. Okay, so this set doesn't come out till August 1st, actually, so I don't know if I can use that in the new Lego Batman, because I'm trying to get it out there before August 1st. Yeah, Lego always releases their sets, like, at the end of the summer. I don't know why they do that. Even when I was younger, like, I would always be mad about that. I'd be like, why don't you release it in the beginning of summer? So I could, like, use it, play with it all summer. But no, you're releasing it, like, a month before I go back to school, pretty much. So it's like, I only got a few weeks with it. Arkham music is copyrighted. Okay. Okay. So I got to be careful with that. But, yeah, I'll look into the COD music. If that's not copyrighted, I'll look into using some of that. There might be a piece of that somewhere that fits what I'm doing. You know, we'll see about that. Why can't you reply on the server? Let me, well, here it is. Why can't you reply on the server? Let me check. Server settings, roles, everyone. What is that? What does this mean? How do I make it so that anyone can just reply to anything? Who are members? Display role members separately, manage server, manage roles, manage view audit log, ban members. Well, I don't want to let everybody ban members. Imagine if you let everybody change other people's nicknames. That would be just a mess. I think people should be able to reply. Like, well, I was talking to Oak99 in the Discord. Right? Oak99's been replying in the Discord, hasn't he? Yeah, he's been saying stuff. Okay. It says you don't have permission to view. Oh, okay. Let's go to server settings. I guess it would be roles, right? Members. Okay, wait a minute. So, who was it that can't see? OTC Studios, thank you for dropping into the stream, dude. I really appreciate that. It's good having you. Yeah, you don't have a role, but you can. Is that what you mean? Like, you want a role? You can't view it. What does that mean? Member, you're a member. You're also a brick filmer. He can be a member too. Gravity Films, he's a brick filmer. And a member. Member. Okay, so let's make sure everyone's a member. And then we'll go back to roles and we'll go to member. Allow anyone to mention this role. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, everyone who's a member should be able to read the text channels and see the voice channels. Yeah, let me know if it's working now. I don't know. I think it should be working. But, yeah, so Oak99, you're a member. And okay, he can see it now. Okay. Alrighty, we're good. Problem solved. All right, that was good. I have no clue how to use Discord for the most part. I have my buddy do it for me. So yeah, it must be something in the settings, like you need to be a member, like you need to have that role. So I'll make sure when people join from now on, I'll jump in there and I'll give them that member role. All right. Okay, cool. And the Discord will be useful because if people want to ever call into a live stream, I think we'll do that next week. I'll figure out how to do that, and we'll get that going next week. So if people want, they can call in and actually voice chat on the stream with me a little bit when we do the episode 26 discussion next Friday. So I think what we'll be trying to do from now on for the remainder of this season of Lego Motel is have an episode come out on Thursday, preferably during the afternoon, and then do an episode discussion the following day during the afternoon or evening, like we're doing right now. Willem Dafoe's Fruitcake, the best username I've ever seen. What's going on? Welcome to the chat, dude. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, it is. I don't think it... Yeah, it might be something. I have an admin who does most of this for me. I don't know. He was probably trying to play it safe and not let anybody like jump in or something. I don't know. It might have been some setting that he set because he like knows how to use Discord. He probably thought it was for the better to do that, and he might be right. Or it's just like I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'll just talk to him and see, because he knows quite a bit about Discord. He has his own World of Warcraft Discord that he manages. He's pretty good at that. So, all right, yeah, Fridays are good for most people. Okay. All right. Okay, Lego Builder, what's going on, man? If you're still here, how's it going? It's great to see you. Okay, it's working for everybody now. The Discord problem has been solved. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, so anybody who wants to join the Discord, there's the link one more time, just in case anybody who's just joining wants to join the Discord and chat. That's a good way to reach me. I'm usually on there, and if I'm not, then I check it pretty often, more so than I check like something like my Twitter. So that'll be good. So we had a pretty good discussion today about Lego Motel, where the series is going. For those of you who didn't catch it, who are just joining now, who missed the beginning of the stream, this will be uploaded. This will be public for at least a few days. You can catch up on the stream when you have time. Watch the rest of it if you really want to, or just kind of like skim through and find the parts that you want to hear. And that'll be like that. And then I'll make it unlisted, and you'll be able to find it if you go to my channel. Take a look at the front page of my channel. And then at the very bottom of my playlists I have set up here, you'll see live stream archive, and that's where all my live streams from the past and in the future, that's where I'm going to be putting them once they're not on the front page anymore. So that's where you'll be able to find them. So you won't be able to find them in my videos and my uploads, but they will be in this playlist. But all right. So we've been going for like about an hour and a half. I really appreciate you guys. I super duper appreciate the super chat from Airborne Productions. That was awesome. That's like your second super chat in a row now. Every stream so far, the past couple streams, you've given me a super chat, and that means the world to me. Like most of you guys can't give me a super chat for one reason or another, or like you can't afford it or whatever, or you just don't want to, and I totally understand. That's not a big deal. But for like the couple of you that do, they'll like just peel off like a few bucks and throw it my way, that as like a symbol for appreciating what I do, that means so much to me, because I would never expect that. Like what I do is like, yeah, like I make some fun videos and all that, but for someone to actually like peel off a few bucks or like a buck or whatever and like super chat it to me is crazy. Like that's like, I appreciate that so much. I don't expect that. That's not a requirement, but when it happens, I really do appreciate it. The older streams are in a different playlist. So the stream I did 2 months ago and everything after that are in live stream archive, and then the older streams are in another playlist on my channel. If you go to my playlists, you should be able to see them in... Oh, maybe they're not. Okay, I'm gonna have to add those. Yeah, I'm gonna add the older streams to this playlist. My mistake. I thought there was a whole other playlist with all those, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to go in there probably right after this stream ends. I'm going to go in there and find all my older live streams and just pop them into that playlist. So you'll be able to see my 6,000 subscriber celebration where I did the Mace Windu voice for 2 hours straight, and then you'll be able to see all my old reviews of random toys and like all those like random daily like reviews I did for a while a couple of years ago. Yeah, they might be on an unlisted playlist. Yeah, I mean these are all my playlists. I'm pretty sure these are all my playlists. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll double check that later. But the Mace Windu stream was so much fun. Yeah, I gotta do one like that again. That was exhausting though, doing the Mace Windu voice for 2 hours straight, interacting with chat. You know what I always thought about doing? I don't know if this would ever work, but if I got like a second webcam or even a third webcam and hooked them up to my Streamlabs and did a stream like this, and then just had them like let me just kind of, I'll be right back. So if I just took the Lego Motel set and I set up the camera so that it was like, look, I wouldn't hold the set up like this, but if I just set it up so that I'm like, you're like looking at the set, and you got like one angle this way and like another angle over here and then like a wide shot, and then I just did like a live Lego Motel puppet show, that might be pretty fun. Not to replace the series, but just like as like a one-time thing or something, like once in a while. Just do like a live show, like a real live episode of Lego Motel, where there obviously wouldn't be mouth movements on the characters or whatever, and there wouldn't be animation. It'd be like a puppet show. And then I would just put like be right back up, and then I'd change the scene, and then I would come back, like, and it would just be the next part of the show. That's an idea I would love to play with. I don't know if I could ever execute that. It's like a fun idea to think about, but the actual execution of it would be a nightmare. Like technical directing that show, switching camera angles and making sure the audio and doing the voices on my microphone while also like doing the puppet show with the minifigures. Would you guys like that? That would be so funny to watch if executed properly. Like a live episode of Lego Motel where the kid and I don't know, should I write it or should I just improvise it? I don't know. I would have to think about that. But Volt Equinox, what's going on, man? Great to see you in the chat. We're just talking about this crazy idea I have for doing a live episode of Lego Motel. Imagine that. And dude, the characters could interact with the chat, and the chat could influence what happens next in the episode. You know, like Obi-Wan could be thinking about what he's going to do next in some kind of like crazy situation, and then he could ask the chat, right? And then the chat would vote on like what to do. It'd be, he would look at the chat and whatever the most prominent idea was, he would do it, and then the rest of the episode would be predicated on what the chat decided. I think that would be really, really cool. Everybody seems to like that idea in the chat. I love that idea. I'd have to get another webcam at least and have 2 camera angles, and then on top of that, not only get maybe a third webcam, but figure out how I would tech direct that. How I'm going to puppeteer the minifigures, do the voice into the microphone, and then it might be funny in itself just to see me fail at doing that. That might be funny just on its own, even if it doesn't happen right. Yeah, like just have a brief outline, like this is going to be the inciting incident for the episode, and then let the chat decide how the characters react to it, and just have the episode play out from there. Lego Motel Dora the Explorer style. Why you gotta bring Dora into it, man? Why you gotta make this about Dora? This ain't no Dora the Explorer, man. But you're right. It would be like Dora the Explorer. Yeah, so I'm gonna think about that. I think that would be really cool. It might be a good idea to combine that with maybe once, maybe not at all. It might be a good idea to combine that with the idea I talked about last stream earlier this week, where it's like, what if we did a spin-off show where it's just the cast of Lego Motel sitting around a table playing Dungeons and Dragons, and like just having it go horribly every time and just being this ridiculous thing. That could be something I could do live. It would be like Critical Role. I could make the title of the show, at least for that time, just like a spoof of Critical Role, and just have it be like this live Dungeons and Dragons thing that's just goes terribly, and it, like, I don't know, that would be pretty funny. Okay, so you could have the cameras and figures still with Mace in one and Obi-Wan in the other, and then you switch between them easily. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it would just have to be, I think you're right. I think it would just have to be really simple in the sense where you just have one camera on one character, or like a couple of characters over here, and then one character on one camera over here. Or just try to keep the scene with just 2 characters. Have one on each of them, switch angles, and just do the voice. I think that would be the way to go. And I think I could work within the limitations of that. I think that's a cool idea. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, JTH Studios has a good point. It would make the mainstream series, the numbered episodes, more distinct if we did the Dungeons and Dragons type thing, but did that live. And we might only do that, and that might be a one-off thing. We might do one live Lego Motel episode that's the Dungeons and Dragons thing, and then we might try to do a live one that's just more kind of random and free form. That could be a cool idea. Trooper Geo has added more to his theory about Obi-Wan being a Vietnam vet. Well, I'd love to hear that. Yeah, the crack is bad for kids joke. But yeah, okay, so a lot of you guys are liking the idea of doing a live episode of Lego Motel, almost like a puppet show, and it wouldn't be a numbered episode. I wouldn't tarnish the series with an abomination of that caliber, but I would love to do like a live Lego Motel episode like that, and then have the chat decide what happens in the episode, and just would have to just keep the camera angles pretty simple, like Studio Smith said, and then switch between them. And then there might be a couple instances where characters are fighting, or they're walking somewhere, or it's just a scene with more movement, where you'd have like one camera angle of it, and then you'd have like a minifigure on something like this. I'm just gonna break apart my Lego Motel set to illustrate a point here, and you'd have a figure on something like this, and you'd have him just below the frame like that, and so you could puppeteer. That would be so hard, though. I don't even think Jim Henson could do that. That'd be tough, like, because your only motion is this, or like this. But I could work in a few moments where that works, where the characters move a little bit, just to make it seem like you're not just looking at still images of characters. Yeah, that idea is going to take some developing. That one's going to have to stew for a while, but I'm glad you guys like it, because I've always thought about that. Ever since I got this webcam and this live streaming setup, I've been thinking about, can I do a live episode of Lego Motel, like Saturday Night Live, but actually live? Like, could that actually work on a live stream? And how bad would it really be? Would it be so bad that it's good, or would it just be bad? But it's, and I've just been wondering, am I just crazy, or is that kind of a good idea? But I think since you guys think it's a good idea too, I think we got something here. If you're just joining, let me know what you think about that. A live Lego Motel episode done like a puppet show, but it's not a numbered episode of the series. It's just a separate episode. Or maybe you don't care. Maybe you're one of those viewers who doesn't care about Lego Motel, and you're just like a Lego Batman fan, which is totally fine. Or like you're here for Boba Fett. A lot of subscribers of mine are here for Boba Fett, and they ain't showing up for my other videos. But yeah, I'm gonna get a Boba Fett done. I'm gonna do some more Star Wars brick films. I love making Star Wars brick films. Those are like my favorite to make. But I get antsy. I get scared sometimes. Like, I want to make one, but I don't want to get it wrong. Like, Star Wars is I really like Star Wars, and I don't want to mess it up. And you could argue that I messed it up pretty bad with Boba Fett, like my Boba Fett stuff. Some people, they didn't think I did such a good job on that, but I'm pretty happy with my Boba Fett stuff. Yes, I let droids into the cantina. Yeah, okay, maybe that wasn't the best idea, but I thought I did pretty well on that. And if I'm going to make a Star Wars animation, I want to at least make sure it's, like, I get it right. Like, something like the one I just reacted to. The Studio Smith one. What's it called? I forget what it's called. I'm going to watch it later. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish the rest of it. But, Clone Wars Journal Chapter 1. Dude, that's amazing. This one is a perfect example of getting Star Wars right. Making an animation, and I just want to make sure I get stuff right when I make it, especially Star Wars related. Was a good episode. Love that you brought back Mayor Palpatine. So okay, 2020 Surya is asking when the next one is coming out. I assume you mean Lego Motel. That's going to be coming out Thursday. So 6 days from now, you'll be seeing that, and then the day after, a week from now, I'll do another stream like this, and we can discuss that episode. And that'll be a lot of fun. The episodes this season are all... They all have topics within them that are worth discussing. This one that just came out more so than the other ones. Like, this one really, there's some topics to be discussed here. You know, the prescription thing, the debate, like, do you believe people who are accusing someone with negative proof? You know what I mean? Like, they don't have proof. The debate there, that's really interesting, and we had quite a bit of a talk about that earlier in the stream, so that's been a lot of fun. And I think the rest of the episodes this season too, the rest of them are going to be like that too, where we'll be able to do a stream the next day and talk about the episode and just be like, yeah, there were topics in there that I want your opinions about, and I think will be interesting. And yeah, so I think you guys get the point. There's discussions to be had. So yeah, Thursday is when the next Lego Motel is coming out. Let me go back to this. Let me see if there's any other comments. Okay, yeah. Here's another. I'm gonna highlight a couple more really good comments. So there's a comment waiting my review. Let's review this comment. Is it spam? Is it spam? Let's find out. They think this is spam. It's just Oak99 saying he rewatched the series. Why would that be spam? Who marked that as spam? Wow. Okay. Well. Okay, as I was saying, definitely not spam. So, okay, so this is a great comment. This one made me so happy. This is not a comedy brick film. This is a documentary about our society. As much as I don't like to toot my own horn, like, yeah, like, that's kind of what I was going for. Like, it is. It's like a satire of modern society where it's like, no one's allowed to feel negative feelings. Like, if you're offended, then, oh, well, someone must have done something wrong and they should be punished. Or, like, if you're not feeling 100% awesome all the time, well, then you should probably take prescription pills. There's a lot of that going on. I think there's a lot of great reasons to take prescription pills. I think there's a lot of people who are on them that need them. But at the same time, you see a lot of them being abused. You see a lot of people either without prescriptions or kind of gaming the system to get a prescription they don't need, to either sell the pills to people who definitely don't need them, who are just like have a really dangerous addiction to them. You know, that's a topic. the abuse thing we talked about quite a bit earlier, and like the comparison to the allegations being launched at Michael Jackson posthumously, like the guy's dead, he's not even here to defend himself, and the proof being presented for what Michael Jackson did is not, if you look it up, it's not really, you can't really call it proof that anything happened. And that's something I played off of there. And those are deep topics. Those are darker topics. Those are deep topics. And what are you guys talking about in the chat? Block who? Who am I supposed to block, Surya? What are you talking about? But those are some really dark topics, and we're not going to go there again this season. I think this was a good palate cleanser to come in and just satire modern society a little bit, make something funny, bust out an edge, do some humor that's got an edge to it, and then the next few episodes are going to be more lighthearted and fun, playing off of the aftermath of what happened in this episode. This episode is like the Big Bang, and then the rest of the season is like the universe coming into its place, but we're going to different aspects of it that are going to be different. I don't know if that was too weird of an analogy, probably, but okay, so there are spammers. Are you talking about spammers in the live chat? Because I don't see any. It might have been someone I hid from the channel like a while ago who was writing negative comments. So I don't actually see them. I might have hid them from the channel. So that's a shame, actually, because now I can't see what they're saying. All right, let me what I can do is go to a different YouTube account. I can switch to my other, like my Tales from the Menagerie account. I can go to the live stream and I can view the comments. Yeah, I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody leaving negative comments in the live chat. So yeah, I guess you're talking about over here. I don't think anybody spammed over here. Yeah, we're good. I think we're all good. I wouldn't consider any of this spam. Like my own video real quick from a different account, my own my live stream, because why not? And then all right, we're back to the live chat. Okay, yeah, everything looks good. All right, yeah, you guys will be my park rangers, all right? You let me know if anybody unsavory comes in here. Sometimes, I think there's only one guy. There's two people I've hid from my channel. I don't know if I blocked them, or one guy maybe I blocked him. He can't even comment. And one guy I hid from the channel so I can't see his comments. The first guy commented on my Truth About Star Wars The Last Jedi video like the day after it came out. And he was leaving like 10 comments at a time, and he was just like, this video sucks, The Last Jedi sucks, why do you like The Last Jedi? And I was like, dude, I provided a pretty balanced perspective from both sides, but he was just leaving comment after comment, like, I wish I could dislike this 1,000 times, this is the worst video ever, blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, I think you need to be blocked, and I need to delete all your 100 comments you've left in the past 20 hours. So I did that, and then the other guy who I don't think I blocked this guy, I just hit him so I can't see his comments. It was a guy who left a comment on one of my Lego Batman episodes. He was just so hurt and offended that I used the minifigure of the Ben Affleck Batman in a storyline that was like Chris Nolan's The Dark Knight. And he was like, how dare you use the Ben Affleck Batman in The Dark Knight? Dark Knight is way better than the Ben Affleck Batman. I was like, dude, what? Why do you care so much, dude? This is just a random Lego Batman animation. Why do you care what suit I used so much? Why are you so upset? You need to relax. Goodbye. I'll see you. There's very few people. Like, there's so many negative comments on my Boba Fett videos, or at least the first one, about the droids not, there are no droids in the cantina. Why is Jabba the Hutt alive? And it's like, dude, I thought I made it clear that wasn't Jabba. It was a different Hutt. But I guess I didn't do a good enough job. I have like probably 200 comments where 100 of them are people telling me that droids aren't allowed in the cantina. Thank you so much. And then another 100 of them are, but Jabba's dead. Why is Jabba in this? And I'm just like, oh God, I should have made it more clear that Jabba's not in this. This is a different Hutt. And the Hutts look very similar, so I used the same minifigure. And I should also have made it clear that droids are now allowed in the cantina, whatever. Who, you know, it's like 10 years later, 15 years later, so maybe they allow droids now. I don't know. Who cares? I wanted droids in there. So I did it because the script needed it, you know? The bartender at the cantina kind of forgot that droids weren't allowed in the bar. But the droids didn't forget about the bar. Yeah. Thank you, Harambu. Yes. Yeah, some people just get upset about like the most random things. Like, dude, even like an SJW, like, I get where you're coming from. You think there are like these horrible social issues and you want to fix them. I get it. But getting mad about like which suit I used in my Lego Batman animation and being not just making a comment about it and being like, hey, I think you should have used a different suit. Like, no, you're actually mad about it to the point where you're like, your comment is like venomous. That's so weird. I don't get that. JTA Studios says, I use first order vehicles as stand-ins for Imperial videos in my big Star Wars video you voiced, and I still have people complaining about it this day. Yeah. I think that's one of the strengths of Star Wars, man. There's a lot of people who really love it, and they know very specific things about it, and they will take it personally if you mess their Star Wars thing up. And that circles back to what I was saying earlier. Whenever I make a Star Wars animation, I like to take my time and get it right, because I do not want to get things wrong. Not because of the comments, like people are going to leave comments, but someone will always find something wrong, especially if the video gets a lot of views. There's bound, of the hundreds of thousands of people that see it, there's going to be a couple of people at least that don't like something you did, right? But just for me, I like to, when I go back and watch Boba Fett, I'm happy with it because I made it the best I could at the time with my skill in animation. I've gotten better since then. That's why I want to make another Boba Fett thing that's like a sequel to it, but also stands on its own. It's going to be cool. It's going to be like Mad Max, Chronicles of Riddick, like that type of vibe, but with Boba Fett, and that's where we're going next, and that's going to be really, really cool. Trooper Geo's asking, so what do you think about my conspiracy theory? If you didn't see, it's above in the ocean of comments. All right, well, let me check out your conspiracy theory, dude. Let's see here. Okay, in Lego Motel 11, Obi-Wan says that he fought in wars, and he seems to be friends with Indiana's Asian sidekick, so Obi-Wan had to have learned Mandarin somewhere. What better place to learn it than Vietnam? Okay. Yeah, man. If that's your theory, I'm not gonna ruin your parade, dude. That's your theory. Maybe it's true. I don't know. That's up. If it's true for you, then it's true. But it's not official canon. Let's get that out of the way. But alrighty. Yeah, link your main channel in the Discord. Here, I'll post in the Discord that I want you guys to do that. Okay. Alrighty, so so Chewbacca Charlie is the first one here. Let's get his thing open here. Alright, and then alright, here we go. So that's his channel. Check him out if you like what you see. Let me just short round is Chinese. So I mean that does poke a hole in your theory a little bit, Trooper Geo, but if that's your headcanon, then more power to you. I don't think it has much of an effect on on what I do, so go for it. Yeah, all right. So we got Chewbacca Charlie's channel. We got Oak99 just linked his channel in the Discord. Yeah, guys, feel free to link your channels. Me can do the English. Is your channel Chewbacca Charlie? Are you the same guy? Are those two people the same guy? That's only half your theory. What's the rest of your theory? What more could there possibly be? Am I going to change my Lego Batman minifig for the Lego Motel series? That's a good question. I think he falls into that category of characters who I don't think the minifigure should be updated. I think Batman is one of those characters better left the classic 2006, 2007, whenever that figure is from. I want to leave him there because there are many different Batmen in the Lego universe, the Lego Motel universe, per se. So the one that we generally follow is this one who's like from 2007, and he's like behind the times. That's why I do like kind of a little bit of an Adam West impression for him, because he's like he's the oldest Batman minifigure, so I gave him the oldest Batman voice, right? So he's kind of the Batman who's stuck in the past, and there's a few episodes in Lego Motel where he runs into newer Batman minifigures and he doesn't like it. He feels threatened, and he doesn't want them around. So I mean, that happens quite a bit. That's kind of a running theme there. Yeah, a fight between Batman and Thor. That'd be intense. I think Thor might take it, unless Batman was really, really clever. I think Thor just he literally has magic, and he can channel lightning through an unliftable hammer, except by anyone but him. He could just drop his hammer on Batman, and then game over. So I mean, that's something to think about. But also, Batman could maybe trick Thor. Thor's not the brightest bulb in the shed. I mean, I think there's an interesting debate there. That is a good question. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to leave Batman as is, because every different Batman minifigure theoretically is a different Batman character in the Lego Motel world. So I mean, the one we follow is that one. So if I change the minifigure, by that logic, I would be changing the character, which I don't have any intention to do that, because the character we follow is just too funny. I like him. Batman can't hurt Thor, so I agree. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Alrighty. So here this is probably a better background for the comments to show up on screen or whatever, but HBO. Oh yeah, but I'm checking out people's channel. I forgot. Okay, so Chewbacca Charlie's channel. I'll subscribe to you. Alright, and Oak99, I'll subscribe to you. Let's see what you guys got here. So, okay, first Chewbacca Charlie. What's your last upload? Killer House Halloween. I'll watch just a smidge of this. I like it already. That's a pretty cool shot. Okay. This is pretty intense. I feel like this is going to be funny, though. Or is this meant to be scary? I think it's probably meant to be funny. Funny. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's like kind of scary, kind of funny.
Damn it, Cottonface. Why do you have to break down the goddamn door? I'm not paying for it this time.
Alright, dude. I'm not going to spoil your whole video, but if you guys want to see the rest of that, I recommend checking it out. Excuse me. But, okay, so let's go to Oak's channel. What's your most recent video? Okay, so you did a live stream. You did another live stream. You're doing a lot of live streams lately. What's your last animation? I'll check that out. Okay, you got like a behind the scenes on your Lego Batman thing. Let's show people that. When will it come out? What was your answer to this? Oh, you don't have an answer. Okay. The release date is up in the air. Wow, that's a cool shot. Look at that. Doctor Strange. Oh, that's neat. Are you doing an effect where you're just brightening that part of is that what you're doing? That's cool if that's what you're doing. Nice. Oh, it's like a sitcom where characters are killers. Did I like that video? Did I forget to like your video, Chewbacca Charlie? Where is it? I gotta go to my history. Yeah, I definitely want to drop a like on that. No, I forgot to. Alright, here you go. I'm liking it. I'm giving you a nice with a bunch of eyes. Even though I haven't seen it yet, I will go back and finish it. So I have 3 videos now. Well, actually, I think I've seen this one already. I think I saw this one when it came out like a year ago. This is pretty cool. Yeah. Did a lot of these scenes, are they going to make it into your final cut of this, Oak? Or is this stuff that got reshot? Or is that, because this stuff looks really good. I would keep this. That's sick. That's really, really cool right there. I like that. The shadow of the two big characters, Joker and Batman. Some of the footage is old and has been cut or reshot. Okay. All right. I hope you kept this one. This one of Doctor Hugo Strange looks cool. I want to see that one. Unless you shot a better version of it, then obviously, yeah, that makes sense. You should do that. All right. All right, this looks great. Okay. All right, yeah, if anybody else wants to link their channel. All right, Trooper Geo's linking his channel in the Discord. Let's see that. Okay. What's your most recent video here, buddy?
Okay, guys.
Oh, some Warhammer stuff? All right.
Finally uploading on YouTube again. Sorry, it's been like 10 months.
He's back.
Approximately 10 months since my last video. So, what I'm doing in today's video, or should I say today's parts, is I'm building and painting one of these things.
Oh, that's cool.
It's going to be... So far, this is my work day.
Oh, let me see these miniatures. You've been getting a lot of painting done, dude. Let me see. Those are looking pretty good. Nice. You got the black rim around the base. Classy. I started doing that pretty recently myself.
All the
That's awesome. Dude, that's super cool. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. People should go over to your channel if they want to see that. But yeah, man, that's pretty sweet. Yo, Gio, has your voice broken, bro? I think it is a little deeper now from when I last remembered. I think last time I looked at one of your videos was like a year or two ago. And your voice is starting to deepen, dude. You got that high school kid voice. You're downloading Discord right now. How do you join? Okay, so if you have a Discord account and you've made it already, then all you need to do, JTH Studios, is go to this link. This link I just dropped in chat. You just go to that link, and then that should be your invite. As soon as you click that link with your Discord open and you're logged in and all that, click that link and it should like just make you part of the Discord right off the bat. I'm pretty sure. There might be like one more thing you got to click. I don't remember. But okay. Yeah, okay. So your video, there's some outdated work in there, but as long as like some of it is still in there, then that's good. Believe me, dude, that happens to me. Like, it happened to me last week. The stuff that I shot for Lego Motel a week ago was half of the stuff I shot was cut. I mean, like I said with that new episode of Lego Motel, this wasn't the original ending. This scene, there was 2 minutes after this, more of the episode, and I just had to cut it because it wasn't good enough to overstay my welcome another 2 minutes and have an 8-minute episode. It just wasn't funny enough. It was good. It was stuff I liked. It was good enough that I shot it and I recorded the voices for it, and I had every intention of editing it until I got to this point in the editing process. This scene ended and Mace was like, "Man, get out of my house." And then I was like, "Dude, this is the end of the episode. This episode has come to its natural conclusion, and I'm not going to fight nature. This is like super disappointing because I wanted to put the Wind Waker thing in, and I wanted to put in that scene where Mickey Mouse and Palpatine show up at the apartment because Palpatine's never been to the apartment before, and that was going to be fun, but it's like it just wasn't good enough to keep the episode running 2 more minutes." What I might do, if you guys want, let me know in the chat if you want this. I might release, I guess we could call it DLC for episode 25. I could edit together that last minute or two that got cut, and I could just release it as like a deleted scene if you guys want that. People might be interested in that. Let me know. Let me know if you want, because it does develop the Mace Windu Obi-Wan argument thing going on a little bit more, so that might be something to do. JTA Studios arrived. Party's over. All right, sweet. All right, Gravity Films just linked me his channel, so I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, guys. So if you're just joining, you can link your You can link your channel in the Discord, and I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at your most recent video. Okay, so this is one I've seen already, and I would actually really recommend this one. Anybody who hasn't seen this video yet from Gravity Films 4, I would recommend it. Because I've seen the whole thing. And for something that's like 13, 14 minutes long, I usually, when people send me stuff, I don't watch the whole thing generally. I just don't have time. But this, I was really impressed by it. I had a lot of fun watching it. I think this is really well done. There's a lot of effort in the voice acting. The animation is really smooth. The lighting is good. I would absolutely recommend going and watching this. And, like, at least giving it a shot, even if you're not, like, a Spider-Man fan. I think you might find, as long as you like brick films, I think you might find a lot of enjoyment in this. This is like a super cool video, and it's like really well done. It's a good take on Spider-Man. So it's good. Did I already leave a comment on this? I think I might have. I forget if I left a comment on this already. I don't remember. But I should like it. I forgot to like it last time I watched it. Gravity Films, yeah, okay, we're checking out your channel. Oh, okay, it says you don't have permission. It's this thing again. Alright, so I need to go to server settings, roles, members. Okay, so you just joined, and now I gotta make you a member. And a brick filmer. Okay. Alright, you should have access now. I'm pretty sure you should have access now. We'll see. But let me know. Okay, so you just jumped in the voice channel. All right. Cool. Let's actually let me jump in. Does it work? Let me know. Okay, so you just jumped in voice channel. I think it works. I think we're both in a voice channel, JTH Studios. Yeah, I can't hear you.
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, everyone's jumping in the voice channel. Everybody jump in the voice channel.
Yo, what's up, Ramsey? How you doing, man?
What's going on, dude? All right, we got people in the voice channel.
Oh,
everyone's jumping in the voice channel.
Oh.
Everybody jump in the voice channel. This was
Yeah,
unexpected.
you better like mute your live stream
We're all
before you actually
together.
jump in the voice channel.
Yeah.
All right, we got people in the voice channel.
Yeah, I'm hearing myself.
This was
Yeah, you
unexpected.
better like mute your live stream.
But
I
all
can
right.
hear myself.
So the voice channel works. That's cool. All right. Okay, I'm gonna jump out of the voice channel, but all right, I'm glad that works. We'll definitely be using that in the future. Okay, so that's awesome. So we'll be doing that on the next stream. We'll get a bunch of people in voice chat, and we'll talk, and then we can discuss the new episode on that forum. But for now, I think we're coming towards the end of the live stream here. I really do appreciate you guys watching. Airborne Productions always coming in clutch with the super chat. I always appreciate that, man. That means the world to me. That's really cool. But let me check out JTH Studios channel real quick. I don't see the link. I don't see the link in Discord yet. Did you post it? Is it letting you post stuff? You don't know. Okay, you can also just, if you're having trouble posting on the, so you want to go to like activity, the very top little hashtag on the left side of the screen. You want to jump into activity, and then you want to just post a message there, and that's where everyone's going to see it. So give that a try. You think you did? All right, well, why am I not seeing it? What's wrong? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so here's JTH Studios channel. I don't think I left a comment on this video. I'm going to leave a comment on this. Oops. This is awesome, dude. Great work. Alrighty, I'm going to subscribe to you as well. I want to see the next one. Okay, now we'll go to JTH Studios. Let's see... do you want me to watch one of your animations, or perhaps your Rise of the Dead thing? Because I knew you were working on Rise of the Dead, but I actually never got around to watching it. Let me what do you want me to watch? A live action thing or an animation? This trailer seems cool. Oh, that's an awesome title. The music, though. I think that... What is that, from Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince? Good song choice. It all ends. Oh, this looks emotional. Okay. I played a lot of this. I don't want to play the whole thing, but yeah, I don't want to... I feel bad that I already played more than half of it. Okay, so guys, go over to JTH Studios channel and play it. Rise of the Dead. Okay, you want me to watch Rise of the Dead? Let me I'll watch the first little bit of it, and then if people like what they see, they can go over to your channel and watch it as well. That's a cool angle. That's a lot of marks. Okay, the editing is really... Wow, okay, yeah, I like the editing. This is quality editing. The shots are pretty good too. The axe is very plastic, but I understand the limitations. Is she about to just eat honey? Is she about to eat a spoonful of honey? That's it? She's just gonna eat honey. Alright. That's all she's got, I guess. Yeah, the editing is really solid on this.
You're alive. Not one of the undead, I mean.
Not for long. I'm gonna die. I've been shot.
Oh, the honey is a metaphor.
There's zombies around?
Listen, I have this antidote for the zombie cure. It's the only one in the world.
How did you
The
get
jar of
My
blue
friends
stuff.
hung out here all the time. We stole it from the slab. Now there are people.
Oh, this is like an older film you made. You tied them together.
I got left behind.
That's great.
It's all gonna be okay. I'll help you.
You can't save everyone.
You're not a zombie?
No.
Then you're worth trying to save.
But listen, take it. Please promise me you'll do the right thing.
Oh, he did. You know he did. Alright, that's a good little teaser there. So if you guys are into that, go watch the rest of it. Yeah, oh yeah, you used old footage from yeah. I thought that might be the case. Otherwise, like, you did a great job finding kids that look like you. But that's cool. Let me I think I closed out too quick. I should leave a comment. No, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. If my stream gets copyrighted, like, that's not a big deal. Okay, so let me leave a comment. I'm gonna watch the rest of this later. All right. Ramsey, if could you check out my Warhammer animation because I'm trying to improve technique. Yeah, dude. Let me check it out real quick. I gotta end the stream soon, but let me check it out really quick. Trooper Geo, your Warhammer animation. This looks like what you're talking about. Okay, it's like Legos and Warhammer. Okay.
Who's getting shot up? Is that the best you've got?
Okay, you're like putting like clay on them for the blood and like the muzzle flashes. I think that's a pretty good idea.
I'm hit.
Yeah, the clay blood. The animation could be better. I'm not gonna lie, but the idea of using Lego sets along with the painted Warhammer miniatures, pretty good idea. I think there's something to that. Midweek Chair says, I'm at work right now, hoping my boss doesn't catch me watching you, but I love your channel and I love you. Keep up the great work. Midweek Chair, thank you so much. Don't get fired for me, man. I'm going to leave the stream public for a little while. You can come back and watch it, but I super duper appreciate, super duper. Did I really just say that? I really do appreciate you popping into the stream and saying some kind things. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Oak, what are you talking about? What did I miss? You want me to watch something that's really short, like 30 seconds? Or are you talking about Trooper Geo's animation? Okay, great. I missed some comments, guys. Yeah, Surya, I agree. Like, it's cool to see other people who are like a little bit older who are into Lego and stuff, because for people who are adults and fans of Lego, it's like sometimes it feels like you're a little bit on an island, and you probably know a lot of people who aren't into Lego your same age. That was really cool. When I was in college a few years back, I had a friend. He's still my friend, but we were roommates. I had a roommate who basically wasn't really that into Lego, but he saw how much into Lego I was, and he started buying Lego. And we like made a Lego Instagram account together, and we had a lot of fun with Legos and stuff. That's Ryan. That's my buddy Ryan. And that was so much fun. And I was so satisfied to get, like, because Ryan's like he's like a cool guy. He like plays guitar. He gets the girls, all that. And I got him into Lego. And that was so cool. But, okay, so Lego Pete 3 said he said he was going to end the stream like 10 minutes. Let him go. All right. Lego Hobbit in the Rain. I think I've seen that one. I think that was really cool. That rain effect was cool. Guys, go over to Oak99's channel if you feel compelled to, and check out that animation. Jump in the Discord. I'll drop the link one more time if you guys want to jump in the Discord, or if you like want to watch the stream back again, you can jump in the Discord. But this has been a lot of fun. I gotta go. I got stuff to do. But I'll see you again next week. We're going to get a new Lego Motel episode on Thursday. And then Friday, a week from today, we'll have another stream like this talking about the episode. And I'll check out your channels. We'll let people jump into the voice channel of the Discord, and we'll have another chat. JTH Studios, you are still in the voice channel on the Discord. I don't know if you realize, but you probably want to get out of there. You hit the little picture of the phone toward the bottom left of the screen, and that'll disconnect you from the voice channel. Unless you want to just be in there, then that's cool too. But I just want to let you know, in case you're not aware, you're still in the voice channel. I'm going to go, guys. I really appreciate everything. Again, shout out to Airborne Productions, who's dropped 2 super chats in a row. I really appreciate that. That always helps. So, you guys are awesome. Midweek Chair, Lego Pete 3, JTH Studios, Oak 99, Chewbacca Charlie, Gravity Films 4. Who did I miss? And everybody else, and all my other friends in the chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been really cool. As much as you guys like my videos, I like you guys. So if you hate my videos, I hate you. No, that's not true. But all right, peace out, guys. I'll see you later. This was really fun. We're gonna do this again soon. I can't wait to cut together and upload the next episode of Lego Motel. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you later.